So I just want you guys to destroy that like button before I jump into this content, because right now if we look at this price action of Ethereum, yesterday the price was looking very bullish. Today we saw some sort of a retracement. Even the price of Bitcoin showed some retracement. But is this going to be the end of this impulsiveness? Because since couple of days the market is clearly favoring the long spot. What I want you guys to understand right now for Ethereum, first of all, even if the price does show further weakness but remains above 2000 resistance line, the previous temporary line, which could be turning into support around this area, we should not panic. Why? Because the price could still continue this uptrend following this Adam and Eve pattern. If you want to look at this example, another Adam and Eve example, you can see after a breakout, right? After a breakout, what does the price usually does? This Adam and Eve, you can see a possible retest, breakout, retest, flipping that into support before showing impulsiveness. So that's why I'm pointing this right now. Even if the price in the medium short term does show any sort of a weakness, as long as we remain above 2000 here for Ethereum, I am still expecting this trend to continue further towards the price objective from this Adam and Eve, which is around $2,900 to $3,000 range. Because if you look at this here, even using this broadening top, yesterday I pinpointed that in the medium short term, if we do see any sort of a weakness, we could be forming another so-called a bull flag type of pattern, and after that we are expecting the price of Ethereum to continue further towards the next objective here in the medium short term, which is from this broadening top, which is going to be around 2200 range, and then this side the trend duration, because after reaching around this price range we could see another consolidation, maybe weeks of consolidation before price again starts showing some sort of a impulsiveness. So for Ethereum, I just want to keep it simple. Right now the price is around 2100, which is okay. Even if we do see any sort of a further weakness, as long as we remain above this 2000 range in a medium short term, no need to worry, because we know that could be a possible retest from this Adam and Eve before showing impulsiveness. So for Bitcoin, I'm going to keep it very simple. First, we are going to look at some scenarios which is pointing us why the price of Bitcoin is getting resistance around this 30,000 range, and what could happen, the worst case scenario, if this is to play out. Because if you look at this price structure here in a very simple way in a weekly time frame, right now what I want you guys to do is to look at this descending channel. This descending channel, upper line is a strong line of resistance, lower line is a strong line of support. So in a weekly time frame, if you use this logarithmic scale, you can see very clearly the upper line is a line of resistance, lower line is a line of support. So the area where we are right now is exactly at the upper line from this descending channel, and in the past price action you can see getting rejection on this upper trend line has resulted in a bigger price retracement. So we don't want another very similar scenario type of movement to play out here, because if that happens, then the price of Bitcoin could be going lower than the previous low, which was around 15,000 range. But for now, let's not be bearish, because the price is clearly showing momentum, and even if we do get rejection around this 30,000 range, we know in a bigger picture 25,000 is one of the most important line of support for Bitcoin. And as long as we remain above this range, right, which is going to be around 25,000, we can still look this as an inverse head and shoulder. We have already talked about this in my video, right? Inverse head and shoulder, and this pullback would be a retest from this previous neckline area, and then again start with this impulsiveness. But one thing we should definitely keep into consideration is the resistance from this descending channel, because if the price fails again and again to break above it, then we have to be careful. Because in the past price action, when we had this movement, this corrective movement, before this corrective movement started, first the price reach the objective, the price objective from this Fibonacci extension line, from this low till this high. If you look at this extension, the price of Bitcoin came exactly at this 100% Fibonacci extension before starting this bearishness. And now if you add another Fibonacci extension from this low till this high, you can see guys, this Fibonacci extension is also around 100%. So what I'm trying to pinpoint here, in the past price action after reaching around this 100% Fibonacci extension line, after getting rejection from this descending channel, we started showing bearishness. So we don't want another very similar scenario to play out here. So for that, what I'm going to do, I am going to monitor the price movement in a medium short term around 28,000, right, and in a bigger frame 25,000. As long as we remain over that range, I'm not going to worry much. And not just only this one here guys, even this rising wedge is considered bearish. So if the price does gets rejected around this falling trend line, then we can also look at this as a reversal pattern. First target is definitely going to be around 28,000, and even this 28,000 support gets broken, then 25,000 is where we could be getting attracted. So as long as this trend remains over 25,000, I am not going to be worried. And even in the medium short term, let me show you that one more time. Even in the medium short term, if the price does show some weakness after failing to continue this uptrend inside this ascending channel, then we have to be careful guys. This is not necessarily a bearish scenario, but most of the cases ascending channel during uptrend has resulted in some sort of a pullback like this before continuing the uptrend in this manner. So that's why what I want you guys to understand, in the medium short term, if we do break the support which you have around this lower line area 30,000 range, we could be showing some more range bound and even a pullback which could bring the price of Bitcoin between 28,000 range before showing some range bound and again trying to break here to the upside, because we know in the past price action when we had this very similar type of movement, price was also following this ascending channel or rising channel, but once the support got broken, we had this free fall, but at the end, after some consolidation, we still managed this uptrend. So that's why I am actually expecting a very similar scenario if the 30,000 in the medium short term gets broken. And now if you look at this price structure in a bigger time frame, in a weekly time frame, this chart is showing a different story. I mean, according to this falling trend line breakout, the price right now could be getting attracted at least towards this previous temporary support line. Yes guys, this trend line, this horizontal trend line around 33,000, 32,000 was a very important line of support for Bitcoin, and now this exact line could be attracting the price before choosing a trend duration in this manner. So that's why guys, as long as we remain above this 28,000 in the medium short term, we are still going to look at this price structure as a continuation pattern. Even if we show another retracement here, we are still expecting the price to show this final movement towards this 33,000 range before choosing a trend duration. And not just only this, even the broadening top scenario which we have been talking this couple of weeks is still playing out and also indicating, hey, this trend might end after we get attracted towards the 32,000 range. And if that happens, then we have to be careful, because 32,000 is not just only the price opportunity from this broadening top, right, from this ascending channel, even the previous temporary support line, this horizontal trend line, but it will also be the price opportunity from this CPR indicator, the first monthly target line, which is this elrond line 31,900. So that's why let's focus around this 32,000 range as the next potential upcoming target. But what we need to understand, if this trend does shows further movement and also get attracted towards the CPR line, the first monthly elrond line, then guys, I am actually worried that we are going to see some sort of a movement here in this manner, a free fall type of movement, which could bring the price of Bitcoin again around 27,000 range before finally choosing a trend duration. So let's be careful, right? Let's monitor the price range around 28,000 range, but as long as we remain above that range in a smaller time frame, we are expecting the price of Bitcoin to continue further towards 33,000 range before deciding the trend duration. And for Ethereum, as long as we remain above 2,000, we are okay. So these were some of the quick update that I wanted to share with you regarding Bitcoin and Ethereum. If you enjoyed my work, then please destroy the like button, and for those individuals watching for the first time, hit the subscribe button and the bell. Now by saying this, I'm signing out. My name is Anup. Bye bye.